Aloha kakahiaka kako. Welcome to Kulāiwi. This is the 9th in a series of 12 Hawaiian language lessons sponsored by Kamehameha Schools, Bishop Estate, in collaboration with the State Department of Education. O ekela kani aupi o Crozier ko uinoa, a o ke kumu no ke ia papa o lalo Hawaii. And I'm the kumu, and I'm sure all of you know what that is by now, for today's Hawaiian language class. I hope you, well, let me ask you first. Did you ho'oma'a with your ohana or your ho'aloha or your friends this week? All of those things that we've been practicing, you know, because we've had 8 classes already. And so at this point, you should be able to say a lot of new things. At least you can go and ask for things. You can tell people what to do. You can suggest what you and someone else could do. You could talk story about things that have happened. And what else can you do? You could tell how people are, how you are, ask someone how they are. So there's a lot of things. If you've been keeping up with us for these 8 lessons, you can pretty much say a whole lot of things. Ai, mai ka'e. Today, we have a special invite to all of you. We'll be filming our last vignette for this series on Sunday. And this will be at about 10:30, and I'm going to keep the location a secret. But I would like to invite the first 20 callers to be in our vignette. And those are the callers to our info line, okay, not into the studio. So if you call us on our info line, and you're one of the first 20 to call, starting at 10 o'clock when the show started, we'll be calling you back. Just leave your name and your number, and we'll call you back and we'll tell you where you need to be and what you need to wear. And don't worry, a'ole pono oko e olelo, you don't have to talk. You're just little, stand-ins, extras. You can wave from the back, okay? But we would like to invite you to participate in our vignette, and then you can kind of see what goes on behind the scenes, because what you see every Saturday is nothing like what goes on before this show happens here. There's a lot more to it, and we'd like you to come and see and share with us. Hele mai me mako anana mai. So here's the number for the info line. And like I said, first 20 people to call, we'll call you back and let you know where we're going to be, okay? The number is 842-8059, okay? Remember, there's no one there answering the phone. So when you hear the beep, leave your name and your number and say that you'd like to participate in the vignette, and we'll give you a call, okay? And it should be fun. Don't worry, like I said, a'ole pono oko e olelo, you don't have to talk. So just all you have to do is come dressed and stand around for a little while until we shoot that vignette. Okay, and it'll be fun. And then we'll feed you too. How's that? Is that even more incentive? Okay, so don't forget, give us a call, okay? Get on your phones right now and start calling. All right, as you can see today, looking around me, we're going to hoe va'a. Okay, hoe, va'a. Now in Hawaiian, a lot of times, the action is the same word as the thing, okay? So in this case, this is a hoe, but the action to paddle is also hoe, okay? So hoe va'a. Va'a is canoe, okay? So hoe va'a, paddle canoe. You get it? Aye. So if you wanted to say, I want to paddle canoe, yeah? Make ao e hoe va'a. Aye? And that's what we'll be doing today. We're going to go check it out. And so if you have any questions about this, or you have any questions about today's lesson, then you can give us a call here in the studio also, okay? And the number to call in the studio is 946-0700 for those of you on Oahu. And our ohana on the neighbor islands, you can call us 1-800-342-7949, okay? Once again, our ohana on the neighbor islands, you may call 1-800-342-7949. Sometimes, hia moe vau I kapo, and I dream about these numbers, okay? But, and again, on Oahu, 946-0700, okay? So let me tell you a little bit more about what the vignette is going to include. All right, we'll be covering where things are, how to ask where something is, and how to respond to where things are. Okay, so that's what we will be doing in the vignette. And we'll see Kunane, we'll see Maleni waiting for Kunane to come by and asking him to come with him, invites him to come with him to go hoi va'a. And they go down and they meet their little canoe club and they get onto the va'a and they paddle out. Should be fun, it's a little different today. But I would like to invite you once again to call if you have any questions. Oh, and we have a phone call already. Aloha. Aloha. Aloha, are you there? Okay, I don't know what happened, but ali pilikia. Okay, maybe we'll get to that person another time. All right, so I'm going to, I hope I've set you up pretty well. Once again, listen for those key words, those words that, you recognize. Remember what I said, don't get caught up in the things that you don't. You'll be hearing the question, aya mahea, or aya ihea, and that's where. Okay, but listen for the pattern. Try to follow the pattern and pick up those words that you're familiar with. And of course, like we do every Saturday, after we watch the vignette, we'll return and we'll go over the lesson. And hopefully when we watch it again, it'll be mai kai and maupopo ya oko and you'll understand. Okay, so sit back, enjoy, relax, and pay attention to those things that you do know. And I'll see you when we're out, okay? Ahui ho.
Ui, e kunane.
Yo.
Wakao, dehe?
Oia mau no, ano mana kāke o wina la?
Anaka mau oi. Ahia ko ohana.
Ai makahale o ko ua ana ke, he hakao hana.
Leo e hoi vai ki mana.
Oia, makemake nui wau e hele me oe, hiki. Ola,
Hea?
makemake wau e hele me oe, hiki.
Hiki no, e hele pukawa.
Ola, o mai oe.
Ole, he anu ke ia. E avivi kawa, aia na hoa I loko ke ka.
Ai, ia. Hole e lima. Ai I hea o Malani.
Ea, ike wau, aia oe I loko o kona ka apapuka.
Hui, hele mai. Ai o Malani ma o.
Kala mai au. Nohi wau. E wau makahome o kou hualoha. Kou hualoha ke ia o kunane.
Aloha kākou. O au o Pi'ilani.
Aloha o Wau'uloa. O Kia o Ki'imi.
Aloha.
Aloha o Wau'onela.
Make oe e hoi waa me kako. Pea, hiki.
E, hiki no. Mai kai. E hele kākou.
Aia nā pakeke I ka wa'a. Aia nā pakeke I ka wa'a, ma lalo o ke la noho.
E kunane, noho oe ka noho e lima, ma mua o liloa.
Ai, e noho oe ma hope o Malani. Kiloi oe I ka wae.
Kiloi wau I ka vai. Ai, o wau ka malihini.
E Pi'ilani, noho oe ka noho e lua, ma hope o ka imi.
Aia mai hea ko'u noho.
Aia ko noho I ka ma hope o Pi'ilani, ka noho e kolu.
E, kunane, pehea.
Mai kai, make wau e hana hau.
E aha. O make oe e hana ho.
Ai.
Hiki no.
Ooh, a little jazzy, huh? That was my kai. Okay, did you recognize anything? I'm sure you got the end when Ka'imi asks, "Hey, could I make oe hana ho?" Ai, make wau e hana ho. Hiki no. Let's start with the beginning. And when Malani looks out the car and he says, "Hooey," yeah? Now remember we talked about this before. Whenever anyone wants to get someone else's attention in Hawaiian, that's the way to do it. You call hui, yeah? You don't ring doorbells and you don't tap people on their shoulders. You just call, just like that. And usually the response is eo, eo, okay? And you come together. Anyway, Malani asked Kunane, aya mahea ko ohana, or aya ihea ko ohana. Simple, okay? This is going to be a real simple lesson, and if you follow me real closely, we'll just sail through this without any pilikia, okay? But once again, I invite you to call, okay? I would like you to take the time to call us if you have any questions about this, because I know sometimes I think it's simple, and you're sitting there going, I have no idea what's going on, okay? So, those of you on Oahu, once again, you call 946-0700. Okay, and our ohana on the neighbor islands, please call 1-800-342-7949. Okay, now those are the numbers you call here in the studio. If, once again, if you'd like to be in our vignettes on Sunday, it's our last one, it's number 12. And if you'd like to participate in that, just being an extra walking around, please call us. Be one of the first 20 callers to call 842-8059. Okay? There's a number on your screen, 842-8059. First 20 callers, you get to be with us on Sunday and work with us. It'll be fun. Okay? And I invite you because I would really like to meet some of you who are out there. And you get to see, I guess, the real me. Actually, this is the real me. Okay. Back to our lesson, okay? Aya ihea ko ohana. Let's take a look at how that looks. Kalamai. Let me move us a little bit back over here. Here we go. Aya ihea ko ohana. Aya ihea. This is the question part. Aya ihea. Now I know that you told me that it could be either. No, I'm sorry. I know that I told you that it could either be ma here or e here. And that's right. It's e or ma, okay? I have a tendency to like to use ma, but I try to use e because I know we hear both of them, okay? Ko ohana. This part you should already know. We've had before. Ko, your, ohana, family. So, Malani asks, aya ihea ko ohana. And Kunani responds, aya makahale o ko'u anake. Anake, do you remember this word? We had it in the very first one. We heard of anake lehua. Yeah, do you remember that? We kept on saying anake lehua. I, okay? Anake lehua is auntie, I. So, aya makahale o ko'u anake. Aya makahale o ko'u anake. Let's try it together. Aya, mai ka'i, makahale o ko'u anake. What is that o in there? It's like of. Yeah? Kahale of ko'u anake. Okay? Now, what you're seeing there is, the question is, where's your family? You know, I hear ko ohana. And you don't hear ko ohana repeated. You could say, aya ko'u ohana makahale o ko'u anake. But we know that even in English, we don't say, when someone says, where's your family? You say, oh, my family is at my auntie's house. You say, at my auntie's house. That's all. And that's what this response has done. Aya makahale o ko'u anake. Okay, that's what that is. Just responding to it. Quick answer. Aya makahale o ko'u anake. And you're probably thinking, that's not a quick answer. Okay? Aya makahale o ko'u anake. What if, think about this, okay? What if you wanted to say, they're at my auntie's house? All of them. More than two. Okay? They. Which one are we going to use? Lako. Mai ka'i. Lako. So the pattern would be, aya, because anytime you're going to talk about where something is, it starts out with aya. Okay? Aya lako makahale o ko'u anake. Hanaho. Aya lako Okay, are you saying it? I'm sure you're saying it. I'm sure you're saying it well. Let's try again. Aia lako, maikai, makahale o ko'u anake. Maikai, hana ho. They're at my auntie's house. By yourselves? Aia lako, makahale o ko'u anake. Let's take a look at that. Let me help you write that out. Okay? If we were to say it, remember what I'm saying is that if you want to say who is at some place, it will go right in here, okay? So that the sentence would say, Aya lako ma ka hale o ko'u ana ke. Hikino, see that lako? That's where we would put it in. Now, if we don't want to say lako and we want to say my family is at my auntie's house, we just replace lako with what? My family. Okay, how would we say that? Are you thinking? Ko'u ohana. Ai. So you can say aya ko'u ohana makahale o ko'u anake. Okay? Let me try that one again for you. Aya ko'u ohana makahale o ko'u anake. Okay? Let's take a look at another one. Someone says aya mahea or aya ihea, and you see this ma? It could also be e. Ai? We could also change this to e. Aya I kahale o ko'u anake. Aya lako I kahale o ko'u anake. Aya ko'u ohana I kahale o ko'u anake. So you see the ma and the e, they're pretty interchangeable. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But just for now, know that you can use e or ma, okay? But let's take a look at the next sentence. The question was asked, Aya mahea na hoi, or aya ihea na hoi. Remember we had hoi on the other side when we first opened the show, and hoi was what? And you're all yelling out there, paddles, paddles, my ka'i. And we're not talking about one paddle, but we're asking where are the paddles? So more than one. So aya na hoi maloko okay ka'a. Okay, now we have something new. Maloko. Maloko is inside, okay? Inside, maloko, okay? Aya na hoi maloko o ke ka'a. Inside of what? Ke ka'a. And what is ka'a? The ka'a pupuka that Malani was driving. Actually, it's not real pupuka, but because it gets him where he gotta go. Okay, his Hawaiian ka. All right. Aya na hoi maloko o ke ka'a. Hikino? Okay, can we try it again? What if you wanted to say, my auntie is inside of the car? Instead of aya na hoi, what is it going to be? Aya ko'u anake maloko o ke ka'a. Say it with me. Maloko o ke ka'a. Maloko o ke ka'a. Maikai. No okina in there, so it should just flow. Maloko o ke ka'a. Hanaho? Maloko o ke ka'a. Right. I don't want to hear maloko o ke ka'a. You hear the difference? Yeah, one has like an okina and one doesn't. You want the one that doesn't. It just flows. Maloko o ke ka'a. Hikino? So aya na hoi maloko o ke ka'a. Aya ko'u anake maloko o ke ka'a. Aya o malani. Right? See, we can even say use a name in there. Say malani is inside the car. Aya o malani. Remember, we have to put that okina o in the front because we're talking about a name, okay? And when we do that, we have to use the okina o. Remember, that's one of those rules, yeah? See, that's what's neat about Hawaiian. It's a real language. It has rules, just like Pidgin, just like any other language, Japanese, English, Spanish. There's rules that we need to follow. So that okina o is always in front of a name, okay? When you're talking about that person as the subject, okay? Aya o malani maloko o ke ka'a. Aya ko'u anake maloko o ke ka'a. Aya na hoi maloko o ke ka'a. Okay? Now, there's a whole lot of different places we could talk about. Maloko is one of them. Let me write out for you some of the other ones that you could use, okay? Let's take a look. Maloko is one, and then the opposite of maloko is mawaho. Remember what I said, for every ma, you could use e. That's why, you know, like the song, Iwaho mako ikpone, yeah? Last night we were outside. Iwaho mako, yeah? It's the same as mawaho. Okay, maloko, mawaho, outside. I'm sure you've heard this one. Maluna, on top, yeah? Opposite of maluna is malalo. Okay, underneath. Okay, maluna, malalo, mawaho, and maloko. I think for now those will do for us, okay? So if you wanted to say that the paddles are on top of the va'a, on top of the canoe, are you thinking, huh? Okay, of course you have to start out with what? Aya. Aya what? Aya nahoi. Aya nahoi. And mahia, where are they? Aya nahoi. Maluna, not malalo, maluna o kava'a. Yeah? You notice that all of these we call them locatives, where things are always followed by o. Maloko o, mawaho o, maluna o, malalo o. Okay? So don't think you can just get away with just saying maloko, malalo, mawaho, maluna, okay? You have to have that o that follows it. Okay, let's try it one more time. Aya na hoi, maluna o kava'a. Aya na hoi, maluna o kava'a. Okay? How about behind and in front? I'm sure you've heard these words before. In back of mahope or ihope. Okay? How many of you heard the song Ehuli Mako, yeah? And then you hear Imua Mako or Ihope Mako, right? That's all this. That's what all this is. It's in the front, going in the back. So it can mean forward, it can also mean in the front, it can mean before, okay? Imua or mamua, okay? Ihope or mahope, towards the back, behind, after, okay? You hear people say, oh, mahape or maape, we hear, okay? It comes from the word mahope, after, later, behind, anything back there, okay? Mahope. So if you wanted to say, sit behind, enoho mahope, okay? Okay, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, that's all right. Let me write that mahope and mamua down so you can at least see what it looks like, okay? So, mahope and mamua. You know? And remember once again that every ma can have an e, okay? Depending on what you want to say. Okay? Hope mua. Mai ka'i. When you see all of the people gathered at the park, you hear one of the guys go, Aya mahea o malani. Aya mahea o malani. Or aya ihea o malani. Yeah? Okina o. Aya ihea o malani. Aya mahea o malani. That okina o. Simple. It's just aya mahea or aya ihea, and then who you asking about or what you asking about. You know, it would be like if I wanted to say, where's the cat? Aya mahea kapopoki. Where's my chair? Aya mahea ko'u noho. Okay? So simple. It's just aya mahea and then whatever it is that you're asking about, where it is. Okay? Simple. Let's take a look at that. Aya mahea o malani. Okay? See? And so over here we can replace o malani with anything. You know, where's my auntie? Aya mahea ko'u anake. Where's my book Or where's the book? Aya mahea ka puke. Yeah? Where's your chair? Your chair. Aya mahea ko noho. Okay? I see, so it's real easy. This can be replaced with anything that you're asking where it is. Okay? That shouldn't be that difficult. And the response when they ask, Aya mahea o malani, you hear Anela say, oh, ike vau, I see ya, aya oya, iloko, and there we go, iloko, alright, which is also maloko, either one. Aya oya, iloko, o kona ka'a pupuka. Kona, his, okay, not Big Island, okay, this is his. Aya oya, iloko, o kona, and remember this o, I told you this O is real important. It always follows this kind of word. Iloko kona ka'a pupuka. Remember we've had ko'u and ko. Now we have kona, yeah, for his, hers, or its. So in this case, aya oya. Now you remember what oya is, yeah? And if you don't, then you give me a call and we can talk story, okay? Aya oya iloko o kona ka'a pupuka. Now what was pupuka? It wasn't me, okay? And it's, okay, well, what is it? Pupuka? Are you out there going, I know, ugly. Ay, pupuka, okay? Aya oya iloko o kona ka'a pupuka. Poor thing. We're talking about his ka'a. So mean today. Okay. And he, he's late, so he tells them, Ayau makahome o ko'u hoaloha. Okay? Ayau makahome o ko'u hoaloha. Where was he? Ayau. What does he say? Ayau makahome o ko'u hoaloha. Hoaloha, friend. Ai? O kunane kona hoaloha. Ai? O kunane ko malani hoaloha. So ayao makahome, and this is home, not home. Okay, I know kind of look the same. Ayao makahome o ko'u hoaloha. And once again, now this o is like of, yeah? Kahome of ko'u hoaloha. Okay? Are we cooking today? Does it feel good? Do you know what's going on? Huh? Okay, let's take a look at our next one. It can even be in a question. Yeah? If this wasn't here, if that question mark wasn't here, then it would look like a statement. Aya na pakeke, pakeke buckets. Aya na pakeke ikava'a. Okay? Aya na pakeke ikava'a. But it's a question. So, it's asked as such. Aya na pakeke ikava'a. Aya na pakeke ikava'a. You hear how it peaks in the middle, drops at the end. Aya na pakeke ikava'a. Maika'i. And someone can say, I. Aya na pakeke ikava'a. Okay? But we make it a little longer and say, I. Aya na pakeke ikava'a. Malalo o keia noho. We have something new in there. What is that? Huh? Malalo o keia noho. We had malalo. It was the opposite of maluna. Okay, are you thinking? Are you figuring this one out? Huh? We got that. Aya na pakeke ikava'a. Malalo o keia noho. Malalo, are you all thinking or are you scrambling for that dictionary because you didn't remember? Oh, where? Okay. Malalo underneath. Underneath of what? Keia noho. Remember keia? This. Keia noho. What was noho? Okay, did you get it? Chair, maikai. So, aya na pakeke ikava'a. Malalo o keia noho. See how you can just make it longer and be more specific. It's as if I was to say, aya na puke, aya na pep, aya kapuke, maluna o ka pākeke. Or aia ka puke I ka lumi in the room, I ka lumi, or I loko o ka lumi. Yeah, either one. I loko o ka lumi, maluna o ka pākeke. Yeah, you know how like when you ask your mother for something and she tells you, yeah, you know, it's in the room on top of the ironing board behind the da 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 da, and they're going on, just telling you where everything is. That's how. And then when you don't find it, you're gonna get licking, yeah, because she walks in there and she finds it. Okay, somehow I could never find what she was telling me to look for. Okay, but that's because that's so many directions. So just like this, aya, kapuke, I ka lumi, maluna o ka pākeke, mamua o ke kumu. Are you following me? Huh? Aya ka puke. You see my puke? Aya ka puke, I ka lumi, maluna o ka pākeke is the pākeke. Mamua o ke kumu. Okay? You try. Think of where everything is and start pointing things out. But wait until we power our lesson. Then you can just go wild and start saying, aya ka da 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 da, maluna o ka da 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 da. Okay, you can just keep going and going and going. Okay, so Kulāiwi says, does Kulāiwi say? I think somebody says, aya mahea ko'u noho. Yeah? Aya mahea ko'u noho. Okay? Aya mahea ko'u noho. Now all of us are getting that, right? I think we're getting there. I know some people say, thank you for repeating. Thank you so much. Sometimes I feel like maybe I'm repeating too much, but then I decided you can't repeat too much because that's how we make it pa'a. Yeah? To ho'oma'a ma'a. Remember that word, ho'oma'a ma'a? We had that last week. Yeah? Ho'oma'a ma'a was to make something ma'a, to make yourself used to. Yeah? You hear that? I hope you use your Hawaiian here and there, you know, when you tell somebody, oh, I'm not ma'a to this kind of food. Okay, at least you can use ma'a here, and then you go, oh, e kala mai, I have to ho'oma'a ma'a mai olelo Hawaii, you know. Throw in Hawaiian here and there. Next thing you know, you're going to be using Hawaiian all the time, and you just be able to speak, you know, really well. But you have to start feeling comfortable using it. How many of you out there feel real kind of, oh, what is that? Uluhua, a little frustrated, or pihoihoi, a little excited about speaking Hawaiian because it sounds so strange for you to say it. I think all of us start out that way, you know. It's like, oh, I don't know, you know, people gonna look at me and da 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 da. After a while, you just have to say, gotta do what I gotta do, you know. So you use it here and there, you use a word here, a word there. Next thing you know, you're speaking Hawaiian. Yeah, it's mai kae. Okay, kala my small kind deviation. Okay, aya mahea ko'u noho. Aya ko noho. Mahope o ka'imi. Mahope o ka'imi. So where is his noho? Aya mahea kona noho. Aya mahope o ka'imi. Mahope? Do you remember that? Think of the song. Ihope, ihope mako chai. Remember where the hula dancer is going. She's going back, okay, behind. So his noho is mahope, in back of ka'imi, okay? Aya ko noho, and this is Malani giving directions, okay? Aya ko noho mahope o ka'imi. Hiki no? Mai ka'i, okay? Now I think we've managed to exhaust this aya mahea and aya maluna, aya malalo, okay? But I'd like to go over some vocab first before we return to that. Okay, there it is. Da 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 da. Malalo was where? Are you thinking? Are you giving yourself a chance? Huh? Malalo underneath. Maluna on top. Okay? You know, it's a good way to remember this is because of Luna. You know, the Luna. He rides on top his horse. Okay, kalamai. It's just a little joke there. Okay? Maluna, the Luna is up there on the top, so that's one way to remember that. That's where that is. And the opposite of that is lalo. Yeah, that's why you hear people say, enoho ilalo. Enoho ilalo, sit down. Yeah? Sometimes I have to tell my daughter, enoho iluna, sit up. Yeah? Okay? Mawaho. Mawaho. Yeah, because we've already had maloko, right? So mawaho is outside. Maloko is inside. Remember what I said? For every ma, you may use e if you want to. Mavaina. Mavaina is a tricky one. Mavaina is between, okay? And this is not mavaena. Oh, I hear people say that all the time. And kind of, it's like scraping your nails on a board to hear somebody say that. Ooh, you got the feeling, yeah? I know. Mavaina, vina, or waina. People, you can say ve or w, either one. Mawaina, mavaina, but it's not mavaina or mawaina, okay? Mavaina, vaina, okay? Okay. With this one, it means in between. So you have to give two things. Like if you wanted to say, your chair is between Ka'imi and Kealoha. Then you would have to say, Aya, Ko, Noho, Mawaina. And remember what I said, they're all followed with what? You're all out there going, oh, polole, oh, okay? Aya ko noho mawaina o ka'imi. O, did I say kealoha? Okay, kealoha. Okay? So you see with mawaina, you have to give two places. Something and something. Okay, now this is, we use between names, but we can also use ame. Like if somebody was to say, where is the pet? Aya mahia kahoe. Okay, and I was to say, Aya kahoe, mavaina o kanoho ame ke ka'a. Between the what? The noho and the ka'a. Okay? Oh, mai ka'e. Ua kele pona mai ke kahi kanaka. So I can at least, talk story with somebody. I was beginning to feel lonely. I was beginning to feel like all of you were real akamai. Okay? Aloha. Aloha.
Aloha.
Ai, aloha. Pehea oi.
Hello?
Ai, pehea oi. How you?
Mai kai no.
Mai ka'i, o ai ko inoa.
O ke kahi ko inoa.
O ke kani.
O ke kahi.
Ke kahi, aloha
Right.
e ke kahi. A nohea mai oi.
Alawai.
Alawai. Mai ka'i. Aloha, how can I help you?
I have a question about the distinction between e and ma.
Okay, I knew somebody would call me about that. I was just dying for somebody to call.
When I learned Hawaiian many years ago, it was my understanding that e was action and ma was no action.
More
In other
stationary.
words, towards or at. Is that correct? Is there a distinction, or has that been lost?
No, I think some of us still maintain that. I know I do. If you were to talk to any of my students, they know that I have a real thing about e or ma. But what happens is we hear e and ma being used interchangeably all the time. And so that's why I'm teaching it the way I am today. But I would like to say something about that when you hear e, most times you see some kind of action involved. And so that's why you hear something like noho I lalo, because you see that action moving towards whatever direction. Noho I lalo, hele I mua, hele I hope. So you see there's action there, and that's why you hear the e. But when something is at some place, that's where you hear the ma. Okay? So I shared it in this way today because these scripts for the vignettes were written by another kumu. And because the kumu decided to use e and ma interchangeably, I figured why not? Because people do learn it different. And I'll give you my reason for why I think e and ma should be used a certain way. But you can decide how you want to do it. But like there's certain things where it's guaranteed it's e, and certain things where it's ma. I have a hard time if you say something like hele au makahale. that to me shows I'm going at the house, just traveling at the house. But if you want to say I'm going to the house, especially when it's to something, I would use E. So my basic rule that I like to use, and people may disagree, and you can call me and disagree, it's okay. But E is more like in or to, where ma is more like on or at. So if you can kind of think of it that way, then you can kind of decide which one you want to use. But mahalo ke kahi for calling and asking that question, because I've been waiting to hear from somebody about that. Okay? All right, let's go on. Did we get that, Mavaina? Did you understand it? Say like, aya kapeni, Mavaina o kapepa, ame kapuke. Hey, let me move this on the side so you can really see. Kalamai. Okay, kapuke, kapepa, aya kapeni, Mavaina o kapepa, ame kapuke. Ame kapuke. You see that? Hikino? Try to figure out where you are, yeah? Now, that's different. When you talk about yourself, you're not aya, because it's not there is something. It's aya. Here I am. So, ayao, mavaina o kapakoko, ame kapaya, and the wall, yeah? Ayao, here I am, yeah? Ayao, mavaina o kapakoko, ame kapaya. Paya. Hikino? You have any questions now? Make sure you call. Don't walk away and go, oh, I don't know what's going on. Because you can call me and you can ask questions. Ke hiki ke ni nau mai au. So mai namu namu mahope. Hikino? Okay. I know you recognize the word mahope. Hikino. So we got all of these. Did everybody get a chance to take a look at them? Okay. I know I was talking to someone and she was saying, oh, it's so hard to write it all down while you're talking. And then by the time I watch the vignette again, I forget because, I cannot remember. My basic mana'o is that try not to write it down. I know it's really hard because you feel like, well, how am I going to remember it? We got to really work to get our mana'o to remember things and to listen and allow the leo, to come right into your po'o and you can remember it. Because what happens is, like I tell all of my students, don't be writing everything down, because when somebody comes up to you and goes, pehea oi, Kali, wait, I gotta go get my puke. Okay, that's page 5. Okay, and then you go, okay, oh, mai ka'iau. Okay, by then the person is totally disinterested and he's gone. Okay, so what you want to do is try to just, that's why I do it so many times, so that you have a chance to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and swallow it until it becomes yours and that you just know it. Okay, so take the time to just give yourself a chance to memorize some of this stuff. Okay, I'm going to give you couple extra because these might be a little difficult. Okay, here we go. Maka au ako, maka au hema. Okay, maka au ako. On the right side, au is side. Remember that descriptions come after the thing you're describing, right? So maka au ako, and so what is this? Maka au hema must be the opposite of ako. Polole. You akamai oko. Okay. Maka au ako, maka au hema. So, if I wanted to say the book is on the left side, what do we start out with? What have we learned? That if we want to say where something is at, we have to start our sentence out with aya. Okay? Aya kapuke, maka au hema. Now, I'm never sure if the hema is the same hema as yours. I'm sure it is, okay? Aya kapuke maka au hema. Okay? Aya ke ki'i, the picture, aya ke ki'i maka au ako. Okay? See that? Maka au hema, maka au ako. Okay? That's how to say on which side. Okay? So let's try that again. Aya kapuke, maka au hema, Aia ke ki'i maka'au akau. Okay? Think about that. Okay, you have any questions? Give me a call. All right. I'm going to give you some time now to do our little Minuke Haʻawina. You know, we have them every week where you get a chance to do something that to try it out, to try out the lesson. Okay, so we'll give you a couple of minutes to review that, and then I'll see you when you po. Okay, so ahui ho. Mai kaʻe, I'm wondering how well you did on that one. That was a lot of things that you had to try to remember to say. And I'm just wondering if you remember from the vignette what to say when someone sneezes. I'm not going to tell you. I want you to hear it when we watch the vignette again, okay? Anyway, yeah, once again, we've gone to watch Malani and Kunani and Hui go canoe paddling. And one of the things that we want to remember is that it takes a sense of unity and a sense of oneness for that va'a to holo, to travel. And because it just doesn't do it by itself. You know, it's that crew that works as a unified group to get it to go where it needs to go and to get it there as soon as it can, okay? And that kind of sense is lokahi. Lokahi is the value of being one in spirit and in mind And not bodies so much, because that's more like laulima, when you got a whole bunch of hands and a bunch of people coming together. Lokahi is really, really different. It has that sense of just connecting. You know, I know that certain times when I work with a group of people, we all have pretty much the same goal or the same vision, and that provides a sense of lokahi, and you see the work just kind of unfold so easily, and we're so much more capable of making good things happen because our minds are in sync, and when that happens, that's called lokahi. And I think that's a difficult thing sometimes to work at, especially when you're not lokahi with a whole bunch of people that you're working with, to share not just a vision, but to share the i'ini, to share the desire. Remember, we had the word i'ini last week when Tutu told Kunane to listen to the i'ini of the people, listen to the desires. But that's the other thing, to have the same desires, that everyone is one, everyone is in sync. Yeah, lokahi. It's a beautiful word. Okay, and it's one of those things that you want to add to your list of those values that make life just work a little bit better every day. Lokahi, laulima, kokua, ha'aheo, aloha, ha'aha'a, to be humble. All of these things all work really well. We're going to watch our vignette again, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, we have a phone call, so I'll answer that first. Aloha. Aloha.
Hello.
Aloha. O waiko inoa.
O Sherry ko inoa.
Kalamai.
Sherry.
O aloha and pehea oi.
Maikai.
Maikai.
Oi.
Maikai, mahalo. Oh, you're the first one who asked me pehea oi. Mahalo. Maikai, no hea mai oi.
Waipahu.
Waipahu, aloha.
Hi.
And how can I kokua you today?
What's the difference between Aya and Iya?
What's the difference between aya and aya?
I.
Aya is like there, when something is not near you, but over there. And aya is here. That's all. Okay? Mahalo for calling. Okay, let's take a look at our vignette again and concentrate on those things that we went over. And most of all, concentrate on what does one say when someone else kihe, when they sneeze. Okay? Check that out. All right, see you when it's pau. Ahui ho.
Ui, e kunane.
Yo,
Wakao. Ehe?
oia mau no, ano mana kāke au ina la?
Anaka mau oi. Ahia ko ohana.
Aia makahale o ko ua ana ke, he hakao hana.
Leo e hoi vai ki mana.
Oia, maki nui wau e hele me oe, hiki. Ola,
Hea?
maki wau e hele me oe, hiki.
Hiki no, e hele pukawa.
Ola, o mai oe.
Ha ole, he anu ke ia. E avivi kawa, aia na hoa I loko ke ka.
Ai, ia. Hola e lima. Aia I hea o Malani.
Ia, ike wau, aia oia I loko o kona ka apupuka.
Hui, hele mai. Aia o Malani ma o.
Kalamai au. Lohi wau. E wau makahome o kou hualoha. Kou hualoha ke ia o kunane.
Aloha kākou. O au o Pi'ilani.
Aloha o wau inoa. O kia o ki'imi.
Aloha.
Aloha o wau o Nela.
Make oe e hoi waa me kako. Pea, hiki.
E, hiki no. Mai kai. E hele kākou.
Aia nā pakeke I ka waa. Aia nā pakeke I ka waa, ma lalo o ke la noho.
E kunane, noho oe ka noho e lima, ma mua o liloa.
Ai, e noho oi ma hope o Malani. Kiloi oi I ka wae.
Kiloi wau I ka vai. Ai, o wau ka malihini.
E Pi'ilani, noho oe ka noho e lua, ma hope o ka imi.
Aia mai hea ko'u noho.
Aia ko noho I ka mahope o Pi'ilani, ka noho e kolu.
Kunane, pehea.
Mai kai, kumaki wau e hana hou.
E aha, mamake oe e hana ho.
Ai.
Hiki noa.
Okay, so now do you know what you say when someone sneezes? You say hola, live, life, okay? Hola. Actually, it comes from a longer saying, which is kihe a mauliola. Yeah, sneeze and really live. Kihe a mauliola, okay? And so if you don't want to say that whole thing, you just say hola. Aye, that's the thing to say. Maikae. So if I sneeze and you see me somewhere, make sure you say, hey, ekala, hola. Aye, or just hola. That's enough, okay? Anyway, we had a call that it was really hard to read the Minuke Haʻawina today. So let me tell you what it said. I'll read it to you, okay? So that you can have a chance to at least try when the show's po. Your cousin, Le'ohu, has just arrived at your home in Mana'e. How many of you know where Mana'e is? Okay, I try to use these obscure places, okay, so we can broaden our knowledge about where things are. Mana'e, Moloka'i, okay? So she's just arrived at your home in Mana'e, and she insists that she wants to prepare lunch, okay? However, she doesn't know where anything is in the kitchen, and she only speaks and understands Hawaiian language. So, have Le'ohu ask where certain things are, and you respond, okay? And then what do you say if Le'ohu sneezes? Okay, that was the situation. Kalamai, it wasn't big enough for you to see. Okay, we'll try to make sure that doesn't happen again. I wanted to, oh yes, once again, please call 842-8059 if you're interested in being a part of our vignette come Sunday, okay, and we'll give you a call back and let you know what's going on. Okay, now, when you watch the vignette, I don't know if you picked up everything, but when Maleni was telling Kunane where everybody needed to sit, but he told Kunane, e noho oe I ka noho elima, mahope o kaimi, I think it was. Anyway, sitting in seat 5. And Liloa turns around and says, yeah, kiloi oe I ka vai. Kiloi, throw oi I ka vai, you bailing water. And he goes, kiloi vau I ka vai? And she says, he goes, well, okay, he malihi ni vau, I'm the newcomer, so hiki no. And they all laugh. But I wanted to make sure you got that part, okay? Anyway, we have about a minute left, and I just wanted to say mahalo again, because I didn't say mahalo at the top of the show, for staying with us and watching, okay? And mahalo for all of you who come up to me wherever I am, and who kind of shame sometimes, because I'm not, not always dressed like this. And people come up and say mahalo for the show. It's not me. It's a gift that all of us need to share. And I just wish you would all come up and say something in Hawaiian, okay? Mamake wau e mahalo aku ia ʻoukou no ka ʻoukou nana ana mai, and keep up ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi, e ola mau ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. So, no leila, a hui hou kākou, a hui hou kuʻu wehi kua noni me ka lei aloha, aloha wau ia ʻoukou, hui hou.